Welcome to my channel. Tools, tips, and tales. Tools to transform, tips to empower, and tales to inspire. I'm Kim Saft, licensed clinical social worker. I have my doctorate in transpersonal psychology. I've been in private practice for a couple of decades, and this is me helping you transform your life. Ah, goodness. All right, so one way to start transforming your life is a tool I use with all my clients is I help them identify their two senses of self. All right, so stick with me. Might be out of the box thinking, but it really works. All right, so we all have these two senses of self. One side is more fear and secure driven. It's rooted in fear and security. The mantras of my fear and secure side are not enough, I can't do it, I'm too much, not lovable, not likable, I'm abandonable, worthless, I have no value, incompetent, stupid, right. Fear and secure side, right? And for most folks, that's who's driving when I start working with them, right? They're kind of motivated by this fear and secure side, feeling not good enough, too much, can't do it, no worth, no value. All right, so that's this one sense of self. Now, we all have this other sense of self. Might not be acquainted with them, might not know them well, might not hear them often, but they're there, and all the work we're going to do, all the tools you're going to learn here to transform your life are going to help you raise up this other side. We're going to develop and strengthen this other side with these tools, tips, and tales. This side is my authentic side. Yeah, for the authentic. All right, my authentic side knows her worth, knows his value. I can do it. I can attend to my business. I do figure it out. I am lovable. I'm worthy. I'm more than enough. Right, that's this side, this authentic side. You might not have learned to develop up this authentic side. A lot of who's driving is determined by some of the old messages we got in our families of origin. Okay? So some of the things we learned from our families of origin, that shows up in how we're running our lives today. Yeah, so maybe we learn to kind of be more fear and securely driven from some of our experiences and the messages we took in our family of origin. Okay, and maybe we didn't learn to strengthen up our authentic side. Okay, we're learning to accept all of this, where we're at right now, without judgment and with compassion. And it just is. I have these two senses of self. One might be driving more often than the other, and I'm going to do some work and strengthen this other side. Okay. So, what I have my folks do to start getting acquainted with these two sides is we separate them, we personify them, we give them human characteristics, we name them, we have a sense of who they are, how they sound, kind of the verbiage they use, how we know when they show up, right? And so first things first, because we're going to develop a relationship between these two senses of ourselves. And if we're going to get into a relationship, we usually want to start out by finding out their names, right? Yeah, we're going to do a lot of talking, and it's awkward to talk to someone you don't know their name. So first things first, I have my clients name these two senses of self. And that's the tip for today. Name your two senses of self. Yeah, name them. And the tool we're going to use is we're just going to name them, we're going to start getting to know them, and then we're going to dialogue between them. That's going to be our tool. All right, so I'm going to give you some examples of what other folks have used to name their two senses of self. All right, some what other clients have used. So some have little and big, low and centered, inexperienced and growing, wounded and wise, inauthentic and authentic, insecure and secure, too much and more than enough, fear and authentic, 1.0 and 2.0. All right, so those are some examples. If you heard your names, hi clients. So those are some examples of names that my clients use for their two senses of self. So what I encourage you to do is just start listening. Whew. Yeah, just start listening. Get quiet. And then start listening for these two senses of self. You might hear one more often than the other. All right? That's okay. Just start listening for who this side is, how you know they're showing up, what name they might go by, and then who this other side is, and how you know when they show up. I do know my worth. I do know my value. I'm worth putting in the effort to make change happen in my life. This authentic side. Yeah. How do you know when they show up? Who are they? Yeah. All right. So what I want you to think about as you're thinking about these two senses self, my fear and insecure side and my authentic side, they're all a part of me, right? They're all a part of me. I'm not trying to hate on my fear and insecure side, just trying to learn about them, right? And the way I can learn about them is by getting to know them. And I'm going to get to know them by naming them. No right or wrong. Figure out names that resonate with you, that make sense for you. And those are the names. All right, enjoy the process. Till next time.